For this question, it is upper and lower bounds. So it says the formula for h is, and it gives you the formula here, u squared over 2a. Given that u is 21.34, correct to 4 significant figures, and a is 9.8, correct to 1 decimal place, calculate the upper bound of h. So the first thing that I would do is to get the upper and lower bounds of each one of these. So you can see that the u, I've got 21.34. The upper bound would be 21.345. For this particular one, you can add a 0 at the end of this and just add 5 to this. Come on, so it'll be 345 and 335 when you take away. And that's what you've got there, 21.345 and 21.335. So each one is upper and lower bound of that particular one. Then we move on to A, and you can see the upper and lower bound is 9.8, but it says to 1 decimal place. Just for this particular one, add a 0 on at the end of this as well, and just add 5 and take away 5. So that would be 9.85 and 9.8 or 9.75. And that's your upper bound and lower bound. Okay, so this one here is, I've started with the formula. Now to get the maximum of it, we need to have the maximum at the top and the minimum at the bottom of the fraction. So what you're doing is you're trying to create a bigger gap between the numbers as much as possible to get the biggest number out of it. So because I've used u as u's on the top of the fraction, I've used that first. So you can see that upper bound is 21.345 and 9.8 was at the, or a was at the bottom of the fraction, so I used that second. So now we've got 9.75. You can see the gap there. It's the biggest gap. If we were looking for the minimum of the fraction, we would be using the two numbers in between to make it as close together as possible. So the maximum is going to be 21.345 squared, which is your upper bound, and 2 multiplied by 9.75 in the bottom of the fraction, which is your lower bound of A. When you put that into a calculator, you would get 23.36456538, and that is the answer to that question.